Amending your answer, or does it have to be perfect when you're sued for debt? Brought to you by Ken Jabert at yourlegalagout.com, your advantage if you are being sued by debt collectors. Being sued for debt is a terrifying experience. Oliver Wendell Holmes said that being sued was, next to death, the worst thing that could happen to a person. And he should know he was on the Supreme Court. That's not him, though. But he wasn't talking about modern debt collection. That's kind of scary because it's new and you might feel guilty or threatened. But really, if you fight intelligently, you should win against most debt collectors most of the time. Yeah, really. There are some things for people being sued for debt. They are already suffering bad economic times, usually already made much worse by the company suing them. Those are all things that are kind of going against people being sued for debt. And in many cases, a date that's given on the summons for a court appearance is just a few days away from the time when the suit is actually served on you. That increases the pressure on you. How's someone without a lot of money going to get a lawyer or figure things out fast enough to get ready for court in just a few days? Well, it's bad, but it isn't that bad. You might worry that you need to get things perfect, but actually you don't. You never want to admit anything, but if you can remember that, you can fix almost anything else. You can amend your answer if you need to. That is, if you deny something you later think you shouldn't have denied, or even if you admit something you think you shouldn't have, you can usually amend your answer. Although admitting anything is dangerous, and we think most people admit far too much. Filing the answer itself is, as we've pointed out many times, a pretty simple thing. You can do it yourself, following a few basic instructions. Won't take long either. While there are limits, the courts are not really designed to let people win contested lawsuits based on technicalities, like a mistake made early in a lawsuit. The courts aim for justice. Now, that is, if it's a contested lawsuit and not a default. If you spot something that you did or said wrong early in the case, you just ask, via a motion for leave to amend, for permission to make the corrections. Normally, no big deal. Just don't wait too long. The legal process certainly does not expect that you will know everything you need to know right off the bat. File your answer or motion to dismiss. Get it in on time so you won't default. Then fix it if you need to later. The court is required to exercise its discretion liberally to permit people to defend themselves. It really is just basic fairness. It works the other way too. You do understand that we're not saying you should just say anything that you feel like, right? The court does require that you make a good faith effort to get it right. You have to try to get it right. We're just saying that it isn't the end of the world if you don't. And even more specifically, we're saying that you shouldn't let anything stop you from getting an answer done on time. Answer or motion to dismiss. Even if you don't, all hope may not be lost, since you can try a motion to vacate a default judgment if that happens. But it's much better to make sure it doesn't happen. File your answer or motion to dismiss on time. You can figure out whether they've lied to you or done any other dirty tricks and what kind of proof, if any, they have in what's called the discovery process. For now, you just have to make sure that they have to prove their case. If you deny the allegations in the petition and begin the process of defending yourself, you will have months to do what you need to do and to learn what you need to learn. So as urgent as the response is, it doesn't have to be perfect. If it denies owing the money, you will have plenty of time to get it right later. Give them heck. Defend yourself from the debt collectors and don't let them rip you off. Please like this video, comment, and share it with others, as these things help other people find our materials. yourlegalagout.com